What is up, guys, and welcome back to another video on My Team Career Mode. It's part 3. It's going to be Vietnam is the race today, as we just confirmed purchase on improving the resource generation on aerodynamics, which is awesome. Cost 2 million, so they're not cheap, but they are worth it. It's going to be a long time before we can get all of them, but you do get a lot of money weekly when you have all the sponsors. So when you've got a full stack of sponsors, I imagine you can kind of like act like Mercedes do, just spend willy-nilly and, you know, hire Hamilton for 20 million quid a year, or however much it is. Just checking how far we are in development as well. With other things, we've got 815 points. So we actually have a look at the chassis and go to the energy store cells positioning. So weight distributions, minor weight distribution. We confirmed that for 600 resource points, so now we're down to 215. But we'll generate a lot more this weekend as we dive into Hanoi and pre-practice. So we're going to do the track acclimatization. I find that word very difficult to say, and I also forget what it is, so I'm going to call it the barrier run. I think that's a way better way of saying it. The barrier run is fun. It's a great way to learn the circuit and the braking points. Do I show an example of that in this video? I absolutely do not. You're going to see me struggle around Hanoi for as much as I struggled around Bahrain, probably. Actually a bit more. Hanoi is quite an interesting circuit. It's really cool. It's like a mix between Baku, Monaco, but it's a street circuit obviously, but you've just got so much more room. It's like e-racing, Formula E, like Battersea Park and stuff like that. You've got a decent amount of room to overtake still. It's not as constricted as Baku, where you have simply one or two maximum, and Monaco, same as Monaco, 2 maximum overtaking points, which makes either for a very interesting race with a lot of safety cars in real life, or it makes it really dull because no one kind of crashes. Everyone just goes around in the circle with no overtaking. As you can see, I just cut the corner, foul first 3 sectors. Not great. But learning the circuit, as you can see here, I just completely missed that because I don't know. Oh, you have to brake and go into the inside to get the optimum line there. But I mean, going well. We've got 3 reds already out of 5. You'll see me massively improve by lap 2, lap 3, and then even qualifying and the race. The race especially. But yeah, that sound as well when you miss. Just a squirt sound. Doesn't feel so good. As we make it to the end of lap 2 here, final corner, nuke it down. We only missed 2 this time, so we got a decent amount of score. We're going to go for the final one, see if we can best it. I don't think we do. Spoiler, like, I just forget everything I've learned on the previous laps when I just dive around that corner there. Bit of a mistake. But you can see I've learned that already. You have to dive back on the inside, get the optimum line. You get a lot of output there. DRS open. I keep forgetting to use overtake mode as well just to practice, but I don't think you really need to on the barriers, so it's just hitting the markers, it's not anything special. As I get those corners pretty spot on, I thought. Not so bad. But I've never driven this track before, as I'm sure 99% of people haven't. And you do get to about 200 miles an hour, I believe, down this straight. As you approach the last segment on the final practice lap, you can just see I missed a couple barriers. But the penultimate corner into the last corner, open DRS, and that'll be the practice session completed. As you can see, I'm not in the top 14 or the top 20. No, I'm last. Of course I'm last. I'm on the hard tyre. I've never done the circuit before. I thought to even be that close to a Williams is still pretty impressive for myself. But Mick Schumacher did beat me. So it proves that Mick can be competitive. And as we jump into qualifying now, it's wet. Fantastic wet conditions. Intermediates, thank God it's not wet tyres, because then you literally cannot see your screen. So it's intermediate tyres, so I don't know how to actually perform in the wet. I've never driven in the wet in this game. I don't know, braking points are going to be a bit slightly earlier. You're going to have to turn sharper, you're going to have to brake more. You're obviously going a lot slower, and you're going to slide if you hit a curb. Not the greatest feeling. But I don't think I'm doing too bad in the circuit now. The circuit's not crazy hard. That is one positive about it. It flows nicely. Once you get all the rhythm section together, it's really nice and flows perfectly. As we start our flying lap here, we're going to see how well we can do our first corner. Not too bad. Don't hit the apex, but we don't get a bad run in. As we come to the centre of the lap, we hang very wide. So they're going to be dud laps for the first bit. They're all banker laps anyway, just for me to get a feel of how fast I can actually go. Going wide at 3 turns is going to put you last. It's just going to put you last, especially on the difficulty this is on. It's on hard or very hard, whatever it is. It's near 100%. I'm not good enough for 110% AI, not even close. But not one of the pros. I would just come dead last every race, and that doesn't make for good entertainment, unfortunately. As we cross the line here, we get that most likely is dead last. Yeah, 17th. I don't think a few people have actually come out yet. But all we have to do is basically not crash.
Okay, take it easy on the car. We can't sustain this level of damage.
The Formula One circus has arrived in Southeast Asia once more, as we usher in a new era and get ready to go racing here in Vietnam. A lap of Hanoi circuit then, 3.4 miles around the Vietnamese capital, 23 corners and a wet circuit today that will challenge our drivers in each and every one of those turns, as the close barriers loom invitingly on the outside. And as always, a man with plenty of racing experience joins me in the commentary box. Today it's Anthony Davidson. Tell me, Ant, you're no stranger to surviving the melee of turn 1. So how do you keep out of trouble when there's so much going on around you?
There are 3 main things to worry about there, Crofty. Positioning, awareness and discipline. First, you have to put your car in a bit of space and make sure you have room to react to what the others are doing. Then you have to watch your mirrors and listen to the sounds around you to get a sense of where everyone is. And finally, just don't get too greedy. Just because a gap exists doesn't always mean you should go for it.
With the race minutes away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, and Max Verstappen lines up alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Vettel, Leclerc, Alexander Albon, and Ricciardo, Sainz, Perez, Norris, and Esteban Ocon. Bottas, they've taken a grid penalty. Stroll, Daniel Kvyat, and Raikkonen, Grosjean, Magnussen, Antonio Giovinazzi, and Pierre Gasly, Russell, Schumacher, Lewis, and Nicholas Latifi. Which of these talented drivers will come out on top today?
So we did crash in qualifying. It was really bad. I tried to just accelerate out of the corner and spanked it into the wall instead. We're going to go here for a 0 stop strategy because we are running in 21st place, second to last, and only because Latifi got a grid penalty. So me and Schumacher side by side. I don't think I would have probably done a lap quicker than what I'm in anyway. So not the worst, but as we come off the line here, we get an absolute killer start against Russell and just go straight in between Gasly and Giovinazzi and bomb past Raikkonen, Magnussen, in behind Stroll. Raikkonen goes past us again. And we've got Giovinazzi around the outside. We've got Alpha Sandwich right now. As we're going to try and sneak into Grosjean. As you'll see here. All coming through. All that spray. Alpha side by side. Going to make a dive bomb down here past Grosjean. Beg your pardon. And we're racing right behind Stroll. So we're from 21st straight into 15th. 6 places gained on the first straight and corner. Not bad at all. We activate ERS just to try and pull away from Grosjean. We're going to have a little check on Stroll, see what he's up to. Oh! And you get a bang from the side, just for good measure. Bang from the Haas here. I believe that is Romain Grosjean. Just randomly just smacks. He messes up, spins to the side, and just smacks into the side of me. I didn't take the racing line as per se, but he definitely didn't. As we carry on here, we have got past Stroll from that corner, and now we're chasing Ocon. Can we actually chase Ocon? Can we keep up with a Renault? We overtook a racing point. Now I don't think the racing points have had the update that they're as fast as they are in real life, because in real life they are bloody fast. Bloody fast. It's last year's Mercedes, apparently, you know, according to everyone. So, as Lance Stroll here tries to get back on the inside, but we just hold him off. We hold the line absolutely perfectly. Hold him off superbly. He goes down the inside. He just brakes. We just hold the brakes on him. Turn perfectly. Don't make contact. Exit excellently. Spider-Man beats tracing point, as it were. As we get so much spray on our helmet here. You can see how instantly I've got better at the track as well, because I get to follow a car. I think that's a really nice way to learn a track, is just follow a car. He does the braking points for you. You can kind of keep up. It's easier to follow than it is to lead. So we start lap 2 here. We've moved up from 21st position to 14th. We've gone up 7 positions on the opening lap, which is incredible. Not in the points, but we're still having a great race. As we make a massive dive bomb down the inside, we get collided into by Ocon. He doesn't see us on the right hand side here. Absolute stupid line to take, but I thought, hey, there's a gap there. I'm just going to push my car through and see what happens. And Ocon doesn't see, and he comes across, and we're lucky we don't get a puncture from that. Or any damage at all, not even front wing. But it is an unorthodox way to get past Ocon, but we get past Ocon. Here we are behind Kvyat now. So now we've just got the AlphaTauris ahead of us. We start lap 3, 3 green sectors, 1:59.9, which is faster than any qualifying lap I did, believe it or not. We're going to just have a little look at what Kvyat's doing. Can we make that same stupid, unorthodox move through the inside? I have a little think about it, and then no, Kvyat's got it called. Kvyat would see what Ocon didn't, and he just keeps me there, keeps me honest. Approaching the middle sector now, around the looping end. Oh, and just a little slide off the end there. I don't think Kvyat even noticed me. You see from Kvyat's position here. Didn't even know I was there. I think I just slid off the curb there on the exit, accelerating too hard. We're back on the main straight. ERS open. We've still got 35%. We're doing alright to charge the ERS at the moment. We put rich mix on, just trying to get some. I think I put rich mix through all the straights and ERS through all the straights. I think that's the correct thing to do, because you've got a good couple straights on this that you can reach 200 miles an hour on. So we start at lap 4 now. Another green, another good lap, and we make an absolute beautiful dive down the inside through to Gasly on turn 1, through to Kvyat rather, behind Gasly now. Doesn't know what's going to hit him. Just slot it right in front. Thank you very much. Don't leave that door open. Now we are ahead of the Russian and behind the Frenchman. The young Frenchman ahead of us, Gasly here, Pierre Gasly, and ahead of him Lando Norris, our bitter rival from the last race in Bahrain, where he absolutely pipped us to the post and made me make too many mistakes. And he took P7, I want to say. I think it was P7 he took. I got P8, which was still an incredible result. Did not expect to even get in the points. And as my race engineer Jeff said at the start of the race, as for the points finish last race, we expect points finish this race. As we make a massive dive bomb and hold up Gasly so bad. Now, would you be bad with this move? Because I definitely would be. If I was Gasly here, I would be fuming that I just parked it in front of him. Almost connected tyres, but no bueno, sir. The AlphaTauri had to back off, otherwise he would have been broken wing and I would have probably had damaged tyres or rear wing. As we approach the end of lap 5 here, we're starting to pull slightly away from Gasly and the AlphaTauris. And we're starting to catch Norris. I'm actually enjoying the wet conditions and I seem to be going alright in wet. Granted, qualifying didn't go so well because I made a complete error and spanked it into the wall. But you can see I've got a damaged front wing slightly, where I might have made contact with a few people. But we're going to start lap 6 now in P11. We've gone up 10 places. As the rain comes off my visor. Oh! I just give a little connect and a little bump on Norris there. Norris is going extremely slow through that corner. I braked through that as well. Still gave him a bump. Luckily, no damage on either side. Thank God. Already had that partly torn wing damage. They're asking me to change to mix 2. I've been in rich too long now. Don't want to damage the engine too bad. I don't think I've got very good engine quality. Honda's not that reliable as of yet until I upgrade. We are completely out of the OS. But as we hit the brake hard here for a massive dive bomb, unexpected. Norris didn't expect it. We make contact. You hear the crunch of the panel of the car on his tyres. I didn't expect that. That was instinct. I just saw he slowed quite a lot, and I didn't. So I just decided to park it in front. He hits me, damages the body. We both get away with it. We're both off track. It is not a good pass at all. I would be furious if I was Lando, but he did lock the front left wheel, it looked like. Just skid. And we get past my fellow Englishman. And we're up into the points. We're in P10. This is P10 now. As we go wide straight after the turn and hope Norris doesn't catch up, but he's actually already a second behind. Or maybe half a second now. He's getting me. As we approach lap 8 now? Yeah. We're at the end of lap 7, going into lap 8. Norris is 2 seconds behind. Bottas is 4.6. Nearly 5 seconds. Let's call it 5 seconds in front and 2 seconds behind here. As you start the first corner, and I can really feel the tyres starting to go now on lap 8. Should we have made another pit stop? I don't know how many people are making pit stops, but you can see just with that wing damage, the tyres are getting a bit ropey now. But you can see 5.5 seconds now already. Bottas is lightning quick than us. Ricardo, Bottas, he's got no chance. No chance. But if we can keep P10, we've got a point, which is massive. And we also complete our objective of getting through the sponsor, which is 2 separate occasions where you score points in a season. And we're on race 3. And we're saying resume racing. Why is there a yellow flag? And you can see here, blessed by the gods, Alexander Albon has had a mechanical failure. He's out of the race, which puts us into an automatic P9, gets Norris back in the points, and now we're up to 2 points. Suddenly, we've got a little cushion. Thank you, Alexander Albon and Red Bull. And we hit wide again. That's the hell on earth turn for me. I missed the braking point a lot.
There's 5 laps of fuel remaining.
5 laps to go, and we're sitting comfortably in P9. Bottas too far ahead. Norris decently behind that. Unless I make a huge error, he can't really gain any time really, because we go purple in the first sector and we hit lean on the fuel mix here. Just to go back in positive for laps, or for fuel anyway. We've got overtake mode permanently on, it seems. As we come down the straight here, we're going to see if we can actually set the fastest lap of the race in the rain on intermediate tyres. Nah. Second sector, red. Okay. I don't know what my quickest was, but it wasn't even that lap. I set a purple first sector, but I'm too slow around the rest. It was half a second off, nearly. Just over half a second off. As we go wide into the first corner, very wide. We even missed the first curb. Bending it round. It's a really nice circuit though. I'm really glad Hanoi's in here. Vietnam is an absolute brilliant track. I'm so happy it's extra. I can't wait to do Zandvoort, to be honest, because it's got a banker corner. So we get that corner slightly better, but still brake too early, it seems. Coming to the end of lap 10 now. We're not setting any stellar laps. We're just hanging on with the tyres, braking a little too much, allowing Norris back in. As you can see, he's just, if DRS was available, he would just be in it from time to time. He's about a second behind. Bottas is now nearly 8 seconds in front with Ricciardo. They're having a nice little race. You've got Sergio Perez above them and Carlos Sainz above him. It's a good little pack that. They're all having a little scrap. So you cross the line starting lap 11. And we're leading Mick Schumacher by 23 seconds. It's a great performance from me, part of the team then, to show up Mick. As you see Mick here stuck behind the Williams. So I'm assuming Mick is running in absolutely plumb last. He's just having a cruising time, hoping someone in front of him crashes out. Norris now 1.3 seconds behind. As we set sector 2 goes purple, and around the final corner, can we set the fastest lap? We set a personal best, but it's not the fastest lap of the race. But we have set purple sector 1 and a purple sector 2 in 2 different occasions now. So we're not losing too much time on these tyres. They're just, the cornering is just very, very stiff and difficult. It understeers a lot. That might be my driving style, it might be the rain, it might be the wing damage. It probably is the wing damage, to be honest. It might not be even tyre degradation. I can't think if anyone that actually did a 2-stop in this race as well. Everyone seems to be doing a 1-stop. We have the AlphaTauris here. This is what's behind us. Norris in the AlphaTauris having a nice old time at 2.3 seconds behind for Norris. 8 seconds for Bottas now. Bottas and Ricciardo, Sainz and Perez, they're just miles faster than us. And above them, I believe it's the 2 Ferrari boys, then it's Verstappen and Hamilton leading the race. So we're on lean mix here, just trying to save a little bit of that fuel. We'll burn it off towards the last lap. So we enter the penultimate lap here. And we're setting consistent 158, 159, so we're not going that much slower. We're not into the 2 minutes just yet, which I'm very proud of, to be honest, because I was really, really bad. I was setting 159s in the dry in practice. Now I'm setting them in the wet, so the difference I make is incredible when I've learnt the track. Following a toe of another car is brilliant for learning a track. So we have 1 lap of fuel remaining. We go personal best in Sector 1. And as you can see, there is a dry line going through there, so you can just follow that almost as a guideline in the rain. For any new people that don't know how to do the grid lines in the rain, after a couple laps, there will be a mark where all the drivers are going down. As you can see, it's a darker patch. Stay on that. So if you stay on the other bit, you're going to go slow. As we go, personal best in the first sector and fastest in the second sector. We are on a flyer on this lap, it seems. As you can see, when you get this weaving section correct, man, it feels good. It feels so good when you hit every apex. I didn't hit them all perfect there, but I hit them pretty good that it made me feel good. And here's the penultimate corner. Absolutely perfect for me. Accelerate out, over 10,000 RPM immediately. 100-mile-an-hour corners here. We come onto the back straight. Will we set? We set a personal best of a 1:57.3, but it's still not enough for the overall best lap. As you see, Bottas having to still trying to get Ricciardo. Ricciardo holding off beautifully. And we're on the final lap now, boys. P9 from 21. Less than a lap of fuel to go. We've got about 50 seconds left of this race. Norris behind, 4.2 seconds. He's not catching me. As long as I don't crash, P9 it is. Bottas has Ricciardo as well. Hamilton wins the race. Lewis Hamilton with the win. As you can see, Red Bull in second. That'll be Max Verstappen as Alexander Albon's engine blew up earlier and granted us the extra lifeline of a point. Lewis Hamilton wins Vietnam Grand Prix. Max Verstappen in second. We're going to find out who came in third. Bottas has got Ricciardo, so he moves up to P7. Ricciardo in P8. We're in P9. Norris last of the points. Gasly and Kvyat have had a brilliant race to get 11th and 12th. AlphaTauri are going to be disappointed they didn't hit the points, I'm sure, but not bad at all for the AlphaTauri boys there. As we come around the last corner, another personal best lap. You know I'm flying now. P9, 2 points. Can't believe it. Brilliant race. Love Vietnam. And, for good measure, driver of the day.
Well, they've done a brilliant job, I must say, under some intense pressure to take a well-earned victory here at the Vietnam Grand Prix. Ant, talk to me. What do you think it was that sealed the win for them?
Well, they clearly have a car that comes alive in the kind of conditions we were dealing with today. It's a very balanced package in the wet, and what that means is that the drivers had confidence to attack. And having that confidence gets you on the power earlier, it lets you brake later, and can put you a long way up the road.
So after a magnificent race, we can now see the drivers making their way to the podium. Once again, it's the Silver Arrows who take top spot, a well-earned victory for Mercedes.
So there we have it. Hamilton wins with Verstappen in second position. Oh, we get... Is that the next tier? Oh, 50 XP off the next tier on rank 3. But we are in rank 2, which is great. So, Hamilton, Verstappen and Leclerc make the top 3. Vettel, Sainz, Perez, the next 3. Valtteri Bottas in 7th, Ricciardo in 8th. 9th is myself from 21st position to 9th. 2 points for us, and Lando completes the points. Mick Schumacher comes 20th, so he does beat Nicholas Latifi. He did get past, but it's still second to last. As long as he's not last, I'm not unhappy. I didn't expect anything from the teammate at this stage of the race or season. As you can see, I am beating Kevin Magnussen now, my rival in the Haas. I can't remember how it got me as that. I think I insulted him by accident in one of the questionnaires, but bit of K-Mag, doesn't matter. I don't mind him in real life. We're going to advance time once we've done our activity timeline. I think I decide to optimize it perfectly by doing driver, cash. Yeah. You'll see here, I'm thinking about doing the maths here, as I'm very bad at maths. As you can see, we do second driver PR filming. Put weight training on there. It's got 3 days left for power. Oh no, there you go, even better. Durability, team building. I don't think I do any of the negative ones. That's all it is. Just to check where we are in performance level. Second to last. Not so bad, but not much we can do now until the invitational event. So if you have enjoyed this video, guys, please like, smash that button, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.